Okay guys, so I have Maka from NintendoBox and Andy from Macintyre Productions here. What are some of the things that you want to see out of the NX? Since we don't really know much about it, there's been a few rumors, hardware comparison, new feature, the update to the Miiverse, possibly be something more like PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live. How do you guys see all of this interacting with each other with the NX?
Well, before I say what I want, with the NX, I do want to say something about the Wii U. As a console, I don't really think there's much issues with the Wii U at all. It's just the way it was marketed and the lack of games at launch that the Wii U had going forward. So really, in my perspective, the Wii U is a fantastic console. It just had a rough start and had really bad marketing ploys. And of course, it could use a better name. That being said, though, for the NX, I do want to have that same classic Nintendo innovation that they have trailblazed somewhat with the Wii U. For example, I'm a huge fan of Super Mario 3D World. The game's phenomenal. I love the soundtrack, the visuals, and stuff like that. And there's a lot of rumors going around with the NX. I believe a recent rumor is about Nintendo doesn't want to be too competitive with the specs of the console, which may or may not be the case, but it sounds about right, since I don't think Nintendo is going towards a similar path route as Microsoft and Sony. So what I would want to see in the NX more than anything would be Nintendo focusing on a wide variety of different gaming demographics, which would be, like, let's say, also be commenting to both hardcore and casuals, and not just one particular demographic at once.
Yeah, that rumor that has been going around lately on Nintendo not even aiming to be on the same level as the PS4 and Xbox One really does worry me. And it's from a fairly reputable source. This guy's got things wrong in the past, but more often than not, he's usually right. He's the guy who leaked the Pip-Boy with Fallout 4 before it actually came out. It was like, it wasn't that far behind. Well, it wasn't that far in front of the announcement, but he did leak it before. He also did the Uncharted Collection leak. So he is a guy who knows his stuff, and I do trust that that might actually be the case. Whether or not it happens is not certain, but it definitely worries me because it means that Nintendo may have this great idea, which is revolutionary with the NX, but I don't really know what it could be at this point, and that excites me, but it also makes me very nervous because it makes me think that maybe Nintendo are doing innovation for the sake of innovation at this point, which you can kind of see with the Wii U. It's a brilliant console and I love it loads, but it does seem like Nintendo were just pushing this concept for the sake of being different. And as much as I like them innovating, I don't want them to go against the current of what is going on with gaming at the moment, because honestly, it might be their last console. I don't mean to scaremonger or anything like that, but I would really like Nintendo to keep making hardware, because they make the hardware that works for their games. But if they don't make hardware that appeals to a mass market of people, then it doesn't really work. They're not going to be in the generation after next, and that would just be horrendous to me. So for the NX, I hope that they don't screw it up. It's fine if it's slightly underpowered, but I would have hoped that it would have been at least on the same level as the PS4 and the Xbox One. And them talking about getting some good feedback from third parties at E3. There was that rumor going around. That actually filled me with a bit of hope that it was going to be maybe a system at least on par with the Xbox One and PS4. But maybe potentially not. Maybe the concept is that brilliant that it is actually going to get a lot of awesome third-party exclusives. It's just yet remained to be seen, and we can't really comment on it that much. It's purely a speculation at this point until we know more about the NX. It just kind of worries me that it might be obsolete in terms of power at its launch. And while I don't care that much about power, I like big-scale games, and I like games that look pretty. It's not everything to me. It is everything to a lot of gamers out there. And, you know, that's worrying to the company that I really care about in gaming. So, you know, that's my 2 cents on that.